And we are live. Welcome everybody. How are you doing? Did not make it to the hour that I said I was gonna make it to, but we're still decently early. Hi y'all. Oh, let me turn on my sound. Very loud. There we go. You can hear my thoughts now. How are you doing? Beppo, Bill, Aspen, Duck, Alien. Hi snakes, welcome back. And pythons. We got snakes and pythons in the chat tonight. And Bean, of course. He will protect me from all the snakes. Hey Sora, have a good walk. Hey Stephanie Mechtel. You're in your basement because a tornado siren is going? Oh my god, stay safe. Need to dash soon due to obligations. That's fair enough. Thanks for popping in though. Snakes aren't real, however. Oh, that's right. I have nothing to be afraid of. Hey, C4. I love when people write my surname as Baldith with a Z. Because etymologically, it's a completely different surname. Baldith means son of Baldo, which is what, Waldo? Like, where's Waldo? While Valdez means Valle del Es, or it means valley of the a river that used to be called Es or Esse. It's now called the Esva though. But it is a very common mistake that people make, and I always find it funny. You knew you spelled it wrong. You did it to mess with me. No, but people do actually spell it wrong a lot. But yeah, Megalomorpha. We're back to big bugs for a short while. If you've been following up on my latest work on Megalomorpha throughout the past year or so, you know there are like 2 or technically 3 parts of Megalomorpha that are in various stages of progress. Today we're going to try to get one very close to the finish line. Still going to need some writing, still may need some auxiliary images, that's a word. But we're going to try to get the last like main edited picture finished. Where the most important thing, the difficult thing in this edit is probably just going to be finding the right image. But if we do, I think we're gonna be good. Bugs, bugs, bugs. It is not the V. It is the one that takes place in Japan. It is the Shinto shrine story, and I'll walk you through it really quick. Little green bug. I mean, it's technically gonna be green in the sense that the photos have a green tint. Marcy, welcome. Bugs. The giant fat grub chud that makes people feed it. I guess that's a nice way of putting it. I don't like you calling my son a chud, my gigantic chud son, but yes, technically correct. What's my favorite bug? Probably acorn weevil. So, this story takes place in early 20th century Japan, and we discover. Let me. Where's my page here? I should have prepared the page with all the lore beforehand, but I always forget to do these sorts of things. It's somewhere in my Google Drive. Oh, here it is. So, okay. The story takes place in the 1950s. This evidence is discovered in the 1950s, but the actual story that happens, that we're seeing through this evidence, happens sometime in the 1920s. Hey Rose, how you doing? Look at those 10 stream streaks. Hell yeah. So, in the 1950s, an abandoned Shinto shrine is found up in the mountains in Wakayama Prefecture, so rural Japan. This temple was believed to have burned down at least a century prior. It figures in very old maps, like Edo period maps, but it is believed to have been burned down until in the 1950s. They just found this temple in ruins, but with evidence of it being used up in as late as the 1920s. The cat and the bug are doing the same pose. It's true. I am loud. Welcome. No 10 stream streak for Sora. Nice. Hi Marcy, I'm glad to be an inspiration. I love you, Megalomorpha. It loves you too. So, I basically got everything written for this. I won't read it to you yet because I'd like you to see this in the in its context, in its final form. But I'll basically tell you what the gist of the story is. We find the ruins of this temple. It's been used up till the 1920s, despite indications to the contrary. And the evidence that's left in this abandoned temple are some pictures and documents. The pictures is what we're seeing right now. And among the documents, we find writings by the last monk left over in this temple. The monk describes that the object of their worship, which they call the Shinchu, or the child, is supposedly absorbing people and growing larger and larger, but it is not transforming. So it's like this, they're worshipping this arrogant god that will just keep absorbing people, it will not pupate. So describes it as 19 people that she has taken upon herself, or into herself, I guess. Yeah. Supposedly, the people in this temple have been worshipping this Shinchu and its siblings for possibly centuries. Another one of the pictures that we see shows possibly a sibling or the parents of all of these grubs, which is this enormous beetle that is locked away somewhere in the temple. But it barely moves. As the story goes on, this Megalomorpha languishes and dies, because it's just old as fuck. But its son, its last child, is just not growing, and it's not pupating, despite them trying. It's classic Valdivia, thank you. It is a 30-year-old basement-dwelling chud. It's basically my horrible chud son, yes. I do love myself away and barely move, relatable. So it's saying like this monk is describing how the child is refusing her ascension, right? And what's happening as this goes on during the last few months or possibly year or two of this shrine is that they keep selecting people to fuse with this thing, and it just keeps absorbing them and not growing and not growing and not growing. And some people like start leaving the shrine and escaping because they think they're gonna get absorbed, or they think they're worshiping a false god or something like that. Some of the monks leave, others get absorbed slowly, little by little. There's fewer and fewer people left until it is only him. It's only the monk who's writing. The monk tells us that the way they decide how new people will be selected, how the chosen ones will be selected for to be fused with the grub, is twisting of a really classic Japanese tradition called the omikuji, which is, if you've ever been to a Shinto shrine, let me pop it up here. If you've ever been to a Shinto shrine, there are these little slips of paper with different tidings in luck. Some of the older ones looked like this. They looked really cool. The one in our story is going to look cool like this. But usually the ones you'll find look something like this in the modern day. So you get like good luck or bad luck. If you get bad luck, you can tie it around a tree or a pole and to sort of get rid of the bad luck. Or if you get good luck, you can keep it. But the way you choose like which paper you're gonna get is by picking up one of several. Oh, here's all the tide slips like this around the temple. It's by picking up. Let's see if there's pictures. Oh, it's here. You can pick up from one of these containers a little stick, and the stick has a symbol on it. Then you find the matching symbol here, and that's where you get your little slip of paper. So that's the tradition of omikuji, right? The way they're choosing who gets fused with the bug here is through a similar system. They call it omikuji, but yeah, it's basically like drawing the short stick, essentially. The one who draws the short stick gets to be the next one. And our protagonist is going to draw the last stick, and we're not going to see what happens to them. We're going to get that classic open ending. But we are going to show the aftermath in the 1950s as the shrine is found. So we don't know what happened to the protagonist, but we're going to see what happens to the shrine. And the last picture I want to make is somewhere in this shrine, after it's been abandoned in a state of ruin. There is, among the statues of the gods, there is a single statue of something that looks like a statue, but we know it is a pupa. And it's finally telling us, yeah, the kind of twist ending, it actually did pupate. Hey, Hammy. Cool lottery system that Japan has. So yeah, the images we got, as I showed you, we got this one, we got the beetle dad who dies partway through, and we got a pond in the shrine itself that is full of grubs. We can see one popping out, but there is implied to be more, like sleeping under the water. Meaning there's a lot more, or at least at some point there were a lot more. We don't know if by the end of the story, obviously by the time they find the shrine, there's no more left. They either left or languished in there without human attention. But yeah, there's a lot more siblings. And of course, for the omikuji itself, as I showed you guys, I wanted to make one that looks something like this, and I really like this little demon. I got in touch with my friend now, who's been helping me as well with all the like specific like Japanese culture things, finding a good location and time for the story, etc. And he drew me a couple cool bugs to use for the Omikuji. So we're gonna use one of these. I'm not sure which one yet. Now also drew a bunch of other ones inspired by my art, which are so fun. I love these. If I ever make real life Omikuji that you can get, you might get one of these, depending on your fate. Are we only gonna learn the origin and motives of the Megalomorpha? No, that'd be boring. We got a JPEG. Do you not want Lantern Fishy? It's so good, right? I got Bean though. Bean would be good luck. I think Crabman would also be good luck. Because it's our ultimate fate to evolve to crab. Maybe it might be like a neutral luck. Then I think Lantern, the fake, the fake like the false lighthouse fish would be bad luck, or you're gonna let us be led astray or something like that. And Terry would be terrible luck, apocalyptic luck. Another 10 stream streak with Hammy. I got so many 10 streaks today. Terrible luck. Those can be tattoos. Those would make great tattoos. You would need to ask now if he's okay with it first, though. Apocalypse, will you also find your true love? I like that. I should narrate audiobooks. Okay, so we got these images, and I want to make that last image. And it's going to have a different style. It's not going to be sepia toned or like this sort of green tone. Because this image is going to be taken, this picture is going to be taken much later in the 1950s. So we need to find a suitable image. And that's like something I've been like banging my head against, because it's not easy. Oh yeah, I also thought of maybe adding a couple more details to this one. Now that this really cool design based on it, and I love those horns, which are from a very specific Japanese species of beetle. So those might be cool to add here. And maybe in the pond, to like distinguish this one from the others as like the bigger sibling. Do you know anyone who has your art inked on them? Yes. One person did the... this piece. Like something based on this piece. Got it inked. I don't know if I got a picture saved. But yeah, it's like sort of the angel design with the sensor box. You're changing your screen. Nyarlathos Steph. That's gonna be a difficult one to pronounce. You still be Steph though. Get a giant bean tattoo on my forehead. I would. Don't tempt me. But yeah, let's look for images. I'll show you what I've been digging through. I got one that I really like from. It's technically not. It's not a Shinto shrine, and it's not really. It's not very similar to the shrine in the rest of the images, but it might be like the closest image. So it's this one here, and it is a shrine. It's a Buddhist shrine in Korea. That's how far I had to go to find a good ruined shrine image. But I haven't looked through everything, and we could still find other things. There's also like bombed shrines from World War II. We got this one. It's not a great image though, and not a great place to like put our pupa. Ideally, I'd love to have just a nice clear space. Like something like this wouldn't be too bad. See you later, Steph. Okay, so you don't find that many pictures of abandoned shrines, which is kind of a shame. This one seems to be the remains of one, but they're also well taken care of, that you don't find like the ruined state that I would want, especially in like older images. But I'll show you like some of the images I found, because some of these I'll probably use at some point, even if it's like unedited, to show like our protagonist or something. I definitely want to use one of these, which is a little pine forest. I think these might be pines. Little pine forests next to a shrine with this little tower thingy. I might use this as a little plot point, but I won't spoil that yet. This one's great too. I love the scale of this picture. Here's another one of the woods. I love these ones. Just the mask is so cool. So yeah, one option is to just use a regular view of a shrine and add some debris or something to it to make it feel more abandoned. But, you know, it's still like stone things that would stand from the 20s to the 50s. You know, it would definitely still be standing and it would be fine. Wooden abandoned shrines collapse fairly fast. I bet some of the wooden structures might, but if left unattended, they're still pretty big structures. I think they would last decades probably. But there's also all the stone bits outside that would last a lot longer, and the gates and stuff. Well, some gates are made of wood. Some sort of hut for the grub, yes. We have to build a shrine and abandon it ourselves. How did I not think of that? Torii gates, yes. Those are the Torii gates. Pagodas are the ones with like the several roofs, right? Oh, this is super zoomed in. So I have a couple searches here in the Library of Congress, which, let me see this one up close. If it loads, it's being a little capricious. I'm gonna puke. Hey, Jazz. Pointy building. Oh, the one in the woods here. Would this count? It's a small. It's not a building up far, like far away. It's a small little tower thingy. Okay, this is not loading. Come on, Library of Congress, don't do this to me. I trusted you. No. I trusted you. I'll have to look at this preview from here. So this is full of people, but we kind of get the inside of a shrine, which is cool. It's definitely in really good conditions, though. Let's just search for Shinto shrine. Yes. Yeah, we got a lot of postcards, the gates, everything. Not a ton of pictures, though. Right now, you're now Python Sea Council. You flipped it. Still think that's pagoda? Can't tell because the picture on a screen. Fair enough. Yeah, is the Library of Congress just not working well today? It is very slow. Look at how it's loading this image. Or not loading it, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of struggling today. Yeah, that's slow as hell. Yeah, I might just look for things on Pickroll. I had already a search already started. Honestly, I don't mind if it's a modern picture, as long as the shrine looks old enough. So here I looked for shrine. Ruin, maybe? No, it's 10 stream streak. The Japanese libraries have digitized photo collections. I looked for that, and I couldn't find anything reliable. Can I do no Mac drawing streams? Nice. Got these really old stairs leading to a shrine. That is cool. We got the shrine entrance, 1930s. Could have it lying on the entrance. Wouldn't be as dramatic though. I mean, we could have it under a Torii gate. Like, it might be a little haphazard, but... Okay, here's an exterior view. Got a couple statues. Oh, this one might be good. What we could do is block off the back of this so it's not an arch, but it's sort of a closed building. And have it in the center, like right here. If the image is large enough. And we can zoom it in enough. Also got this structure here. We could have it underneath. Okay, we got some other options here in the similar images. Could add people into the one with the grub at the entrance. I'd rather leave it without people, because I don't want to give the impression that it might still be in use. It's a massive dragon head. I don't think we're going to use dragons for this one. Okay, this one's good as well. Okay, Rick's Museum has some good images of temple exteriors, but as long as their doors are open, I feel like it can I can make it work. These might all be from the Rijksmuseum. They are. It's from the 1870. 1870. It is really old. I feel like, you know, these shrines have a very timeless design, so it doesn't really matter if the picture's from the 1870s. If it's good quality enough, I think we can just get away with it. This one might be good. We just open the door, sort of put it inside. Because I feel like there would be a special, like, pupating building, right? And the grub would know to go there to pupate. Plan to make maze of Terry and Googlia in Tomodachi Life? Yes! I've never played Tomodachi Life, but can they get together? You need to make a relationship happen. Please let us know. Keep us posted. We're all Megalomorpha failed. Mountain Oiwa Shrine? See what that looks like just on Google. Oh, that one's cool. Was it ever like in ruins, or is it just a cool shrine?
I have no idea how I'm going to handle the ice situation, but I know I can start by having Gogliel having no eyes. So pray for me, lol.
Good luck, you got this. Okay, the Rijksmuseum just has a really good collection. Okay, English, please. How do you search in the collection here? Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry, sneeze. Oh, new name. All right, see you, Steph. Could have been an X-Files writer if I was born earlier.
Blessed by the sneeze.
Hey, Bugs, we're working on bugs. Okay, so we're here in the Rijksmuseum. We're gonna look for exterior van temple something. Not even gonna try to pronounce that. And here's a collection of images. Lots of good temple pictures. Rijksmuseum has, if I recall correctly, some good quality. Like pretty good scans. I remember using some stuff from Rijksmuseum and just being kind of impressed at the scan quality. Yeah, you can see the paper grain and everything. So honestly, this might be a winner. This one might just be a winner. We need to add damage. That's the thing, though. We need to make it feel like it's sort of falling apart from years of abandonment. This one's also quite good. I feel like we got less space to put our grub here. Or I guess pupa. It's not a grub anymore at this stage. But yeah, this one might be good. How did you download this one in the best quality? Oh, download. You need an account. Okay. Hold on, chat. I think I got an account. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Is this good? Yes. How big is this image? 5,000 pixels. 2,000 in the on the top, so it's not the biggest, but it is pretty big. Let's see the rest of the collection though, because it might just have some even better images. I feel like any good pupating chamber would be closed, right? Put a bunch of photos in sacrificial altar. Tower gates, shrines, altar. Your campsite. Oh, nice. Thank you, Johnny. It's cool that you spent a year over there. I love Japanese shrines. I love how they're like just sort of embedded in nature usually. They have some really nice gardens for the most part. And I think that's kind of nice. You don't see this in Western shrines. Or Western temples, I guess. Bean. He says beep. He's very sleepy right now. Just until like just before the stream started, he was going crazy. He kind of just settled down right before I started the stream. Okay, I think it's the one we just downloaded that has the best vibe, honestly. Let's save it so we can go back to this page in case we need anything. Oh, it's being shower time. Licking his entire leg. He's sort of shaking the table. Making I got my Switch charging here, and he's just like shaking it in the port. It's going bonk 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 bonk. He's just going at it. Look at it. Oh, he's getting in between the finger beans. Oh, there he goes. Keeps going. Getting him in frame a little bit more. But the mic stand here, kind of got it in the middle. Have you seen the new Tomodachi? I've seen people share stuff from it. I've not played it. I haven't played the original one either. Looks like a silly game. I don't even know what the gameplay is. Combining parts of a Japanese prince? No, I want it to be a photo. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is delete everything, maybe except for the top layers. I'm gonna save this as Shrine Pupa, I guess. We gotta drop our image. Close we got to Megalomorpha emotes. It's true, we don't have Megalomorpha emotes. I did need to get an animator friend of mine to do one of the Alfredo dancing, but they were busy. Friendly Axolotl, thank you for the follow. Okay, how big should I make this? Obviously we got limits with how big we can make things. We can always add a bit of texture, right? But I think this might be fine. I think we should make it purely black and white. and add some contrast. And this will just distinguish it from the other pictures in the series, because the others are really sepia toned. This one, I guess, has high contrast. They do have pretty high contrast, but they're generally toned sepia. Like these two were printed on colored paper because they were postcards. This one was just, again, printed on paper, but they had, they aged with that. And this one would be taken by someone in whatever government agency happened to explore this shrine after its abandonment and figure out what happened in it. They would be the ones taking these photos, maybe doing a survey or something. So it has to be a little more serious, I guess. Okay, and I'm really zooming it in, even though I like the original. Maybe getting the whole shrine would be cool. It does let us focus our space here a little bit more on the actual bug that we're going to put in. Yeah, we're going to have to add some kind of paper texture, because whatever we add, it needs to have these little scratchies on top. Yeah, fractal emotes are difficult. We do have a fractal heart made out of bits of Mandelbrot. I think that one's a bit reward, though. Peanut butter banana sandwich? That sounds good. You can eat what you please, yeah. Yeah, I do eat that sort of thing sometimes. I haven't eaten peanut butter in quite a while, but I used to make a lot of just like yogurts with things with fruit in them, and adding some tahini or peanut butter in those was delicious. I would recommend that. Okay, and what I'm doing here is closing up the gates, basically adding back wall to this. And for some reason I'm doing this by clone stamping. I know the reason. It's because I wanted to have the little scratchies, of course. I'm gonna get the statue and everything, because we're gonna delete it later. It just saves us a little bit of time. See what we're getting this. And we need to have the light to be, I guess the light is coming from the top, but this is still lit. Like the front is partially lit. So I guess the light is like sort of behind us. Yeah, because we can see the light coming in like this, which would at least partially light the pupa if it was like centered enough and enough towards the front. Thunder shaking your house? No, Maxwell. Oh, thanks for the save reminder. So my natural life is writing the fanfics for you. Made Metal Gear characters. You got Sniper Wolf, Developer Crush, and Solid Snake. See, that's what you need to put. You need to put Googly Eyed on Terry. See what happens. Peanut butter police. be careful. The peanut butter police is very powerful. This is a lot slower than just drawing it like this, but we're trying to do it right. It'll allow us to save a lot of time later. Instead of going in and trying to fix everything manually after. I'm also trying to like get textures from a bunch of different places so that it doesn't feel super copy pasted. I don't think it's going to be a huge problem, honestly, but still. There we go. Got a dark background. Pretty nondescript, but a good chunk of this is going to be covered in bug, so we only needed to make it good enough. Kitty's name? His name is Bean, and he is we're not exactly sure how old he is because we got him from the streets, but somewhere between 3 and 4 years old. Yeah, we probably about 4 right now. Yeah, because we got him 3 years ago. Was it 3 years? Yes, 3 years ago. As of a couple months ago. Oh yeah, also, I should note, hopefully get to finish this edit tonight on stream, but I don't want to finish today super late because I got my mom's birthday, 60th birthday party actually tomorrow. So I gotta, after I finish the stream, I actually gotta drive for about 30 minutes and get to my grandpa's house where we will be celebrating it.
Happy birthday, Val.
Close enough.
Ese mom.
It's a mom. Also, something I like about this design on the roof here is that it kind of looks like little bugs with wings. I don't think it's intentional, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Fat finger the enter button. Okay, so next up, we're gonna look for the pupa of a Hercules beetle. Let's see if iNaturalist has any. So I'm gonna hop over to iNaturalist. There's a search bar. Explore? Where did okay, here. Hercules beetle. That's them. Okay, so giant Hercules beetles, or just Hercules beetles in general. We can go like a little higher on the tree of life. I love these beetles. They're so cool. We're gonna get photo licensing, no copyright, so it's stuff we can use without a problem. Look at these grubs. Does these sound do they sound familiar? Hope it does, because it's literally the grub we used. Right about here. Look at it. Look at it. That's her. And life stage. Let's see if we find any pupas. No observations? Oh. Are there any? There are some, but they seem to have copyright. Or at least, yeah, non-commercial stuff that we can't use. I do want it to have little horns. Okay, let's try Wikimedia. Oh, I don't know why I just searched that. When I have a literal link that leads me to a search where I already have the filters on. Okay, so we're gonna look for Hercules beetle.
Horny cocoon.
Okay, so we got the grubs. I love these grubs. Like, if I ever kept insects, I might keep a Hercules beetle. Because just look at that. That's a puppy right there. That's about puppy-sized to me. No more results? Okay, not a lot of images. Okay, what we might have to do is go up to, like, rhinoceros beetles in general. And then look for not larvae, pupas with no copyright. None? No rhinoceros beetle pupa? Or that's not a pupa. You lied to me. Scarabs?
Iguana CDTTS sidis sit so here go. Den Gandalf the Grey, en Gandalf the White, the Monty Python and the Holy Grail's Black Knight, en Benito Mussolini,
Night.
the Blue Mini, en Cowboy Curtis, en Hamby the Genie, Robocop, the Terminator, Captain Kirk, en Darth Vader, Lopan, Superman, every single Power Ranger, Bill S. Preston, en Theodore Logan, Spock, The Rock, Doc Ock, en Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I should just raise my own Hercules beetle and get my own photos for this. I'll be the simplest. Okay. What? Big jaw beetle? Sure does. Sure does. Hey, Spacey. Okay, let's see. Please give me a beetle pupa, any kind. That's European stag beetle larvae or pupae. Like I've seen the grubs. I've seen the babies of these a ton of times. If you dig at a certain time of year, they're just everywhere, and they're chunky. They're big boys. You can't miss them. And the adult stag beetles, you also do see them when they pop out with their big old pincers. But I never saw pupa, and I didn't know they had the whole full pincers on there. Ranking names of beetles, Big George sure fucking is. If you write off all the pet expenses as a business expense. I mean, I could try.
Looks like a lemon ring you would find in a compost.
How specific. But yes. I mean, honestly, it is a stag beetle. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but it looks really cool. And it is, let me check. It is no copyright, CC0. So that's not bad. I mean, also look just for in general for beetle pupa right here. And oh, elephant beetle. Hold everything. What's an elephant beetle look like? Is it like rhino beetles? Because that's in the same group as what we're looking for. Oh, it sure is. I guess if you really squint, that's an elephant, but sure.
Val, what's your favorite kind of beetle?
Same as my favorite kind of bug. It is a acorn weevil. Weevils are beetles. Look at them. Look at them. Right? Look at them. Acorn drilling machines. That's what they are. Ooh, TOS, TOS. This is what they do. They drill under the acorn with those snoots. But yeah, as I was saying, that's an elephant beetle larva, or pupa. Oh, look at that. That's a... What? Hold on. Hold on. Ladybugs develop their spots later? This is 5 minutes, 8 minutes. I mean, I guess it takes them only 16 minutes, but I never expected them to come out of the pupa just smooth. It feels kind of wrong to see a smooth ladybug. Okay, that's a Japanese beetle pupa. Jibapupa.jpg. No other info. It's tiny. Okay, we don't have any use for this. But we do have a use for this. Elephant beetles, honestly close enough to the rhino beetles that we're doing. And every Megalomorpha is supposed to take a slightly different shape. You know, they're all unique. They're not like tied to a single species. They're just kind of doing their own thing. So this is kind of perfect. And honestly, I'm also digging this one. So I'm also going to download it. Even if it's only because I like it. I'm going to drop this into Photoshop. Boom. Naked ladybug. It feels wrong. He needs to have those paws. You know what Kamen Rider is? Old Japanese show, kind of superhero, Super Sentai style show. Kind of like the same thing as Power Rangers would be. I think it's older than Power Rangers though. And the guy is Cicada theme, Kamen Rider. There are a million of them. Like, these are all the modern ones you get, but I love the original. Because he just has a bike and a cool scarf. And yeah, he's a little bug. And he has poses and everything. Like, he kind of... I don't know if he was a pioneer, but I do believe that pioneered sort of the genre of Super Sentai and the whole like posing and their masks and everything. It's cool. I haven't watched much of it. I do want to go through it someday, though. I sent some photos of weird unknown creature. Reminds me of the grub that you showed. When did you send them? Oh, bounce up a waiting room. Whoa, what's that thing? What's that thing? Ooh, sorry, I'm sneezing. Oh, it's a little thing. I don't know what that is. That's cool. Do you think you might know what it is? No clue. Does not look like an insect.
Curse your neces.
You're counteracting all the blessings. Damn. It doesn't look like an insect. It looks like an eye. Like a tail. Yeah, that's not insect features. It's a bit more tadpole-like to me, but I'm not sure. Kamen Rider is cicada theme. I think it's a cicada. Might be a grasshopper. Well, might be grasshopper. I'm not sure. It's a true bug. I don't know which of them. Grasshopper. Thank you, Johnny. Yeah. I don't know why I said. Well, I felt cicada actually. Literally 50 plus series. Yeah, it's kind of wild. Still going on these days.
I posted my mocap for Terry in the Good Vibes Lounge.
Let's see. That's cute. I like that. Okay. So here we got our two bugs. Let's hit them with selection. Sort of place them and we'll just see what they feel like. I mean, they're both sideways, which I think might be better. It just gives you a better sort of better view of them. I think it should be leaning a little bit. Okay, this select subject is going to be tough, I think. So let's sort of focus the image onto the beetle. Hit select subject. Hopefully Photoshop doesn't get super confused. It didn't, surprisingly. Okay. It's been really off the select subject lately. So we flip that. We place it on, honestly, either side. I feel like texture-wise, this one is a little better. They actually look pretty similar. The angles and everything. Texture-wise, this one might be a little better. It's more matte. It's a lot brighter, but it's something we can work through. Trying to match the darkness in the background more or less. Okay, let me... If we use this one, which might be it's closer to its parent species. But it's kind of shiny, and I feel like it wouldn't be as shiny at this scale. Another thing we'll have to do is kind of do the same thing as these statues. We're seeing like the lower part of them better. So let me copy the levels. Oh, it's going to be annoying about it. Okay, just do it manually. What was 32,187? These numbers might still be tweaked, but it's a good baseline. Honestly, this one might just be a little creepier. Okay, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to take the levels out, move them here, please. Photoshop, Photoshop, Photoshop. The hell? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we can do this, just like lock in the selection and reapply the levels. There we go. Those personalities, considerate buddy.
Otu a freaky looking Pupa leaning inside a rain.
Living the life. Thank you for the save reminder, Johnny. Every time PS freaks out, I remind you to save. That's good. It's a good thing to do, yes. Okay, so we're going to try to fit it in here the best way we can. And honestly, it might just be a lot bigger than this, because look at that. So maybe we make it bigger, and we make it just like barely squeeze in. Too big? Too big. I overdid it. Maybe this. Maybe even a little more. Okay, that's gonna be a little tough to squeeze in, but... Okay, that's not too bad.
You versus the Pupa Sea tells uno to worry about.
I'm also gonna pop out the levels layer into a new thing. Wait, did it just... Okay, just the levels layer. 32,187. I just gotta copy the same. 32,187. You'll see why I'm copying it away. 49,035. 35. Okay, and then I delete the original. We got the same levels layer, and That way we'll be able to just selectively apply it instead of applying it to the whole thing. What I can do is take the bit that's lit up by the sun and, well, light that up. Start applying our own lighting paths on all of this. And we can go as high as this amount of brightness. I don't know how high to go with these. Like, this is casting a shadow on here, right? So this be casting a shadow like maybe here. If we, yeah, it would partially hide some of the face, I guess. But obviously the lighting is still coming from the top, so the legs will be casting their own shadow on the body. And I think we need to complement these changes with a bit of soft light. Maybe I put this under the levels because I don't want to mess with things too much. And we add a bit of shadow, especially around the edges. So we can still see the general shape of things, but... okay, maybe a bit of just direct paint. Oh, enjoy your meal, Bugs. Okay, the other thing that I would like to add is some hint of the human features on this Megalomorpha, because obviously it has absorbed a bunch of humans. So I'd like it to have... What could we add? It would be under the pupa, right? It would still be not fully visible. It's not like the adult here that has like the human skull. It's just like the Alfredo, right? Where they have like human bones kind of popping out of them. In this case, it's still the pupa. There goes my tea. How unfortunate. It's still the pupa, so I haven't figured out if the pupa should have any human features. I guess we do have the original pupa here, which is just I did modify it in some ways, adding the weird mouth thing there. I still hadn't figured out what Megalomorpha was back then. I'm not going to change this image because I do love it. But we do have the later versions of this where we have the human skull on this. And the newer version of the image with a pupa. I didn't add anything to this pupa. To be honest, it was in the back. It's not like we would see a lot of these things, but yeah, we do have a Megalomorpha pupa in the past, and it did not add any human features. But then again, this one absorbed like at least 20 eyes. Oh, look at this bean. He's so round. So perfect. Hey, Googliel. really like this. I wish there was a googly eye feature. You can paint things on faces right on there. So I've seen some really detailed faces that are not just me's. Yeah, great job on this. What are you hoping for new Home Safety Hotline game or sequel? Are they making a new game? I heard the movie. I don't know if you guys saw that. They're adapting Home Safety Hotline to a movie, which is fun. It's been confirmed that there will be more to come. I personally haven't heard nothing of it. If you're trying to mine information from me. Would you be willing to make more art? Yeah, I'd definitely love to though. If they wanted some. Bug, indeed. I will. Curious how they're going to adapt it. Always tricky to turn a video game into a movie. And that is already a weird video game. Yeah, I bet. I have no idea what they'll do. I should just message Nick and ask what they're gonna do, because I'd be curious. Who's adapting Home Safety Hotline? I don't know the studio behind it. It's just been announced. I don't know if there's any more details than just like it's going to exist. They have glasses in each other's colors. That's a great touch. Didn't realize that. It'll be like that terrible New War of the Worlds movie. No, I hope they keep the. I hope they don't set it in the modern day. I hope they keep the slightly like vintage aesthetic, because I think that's part of what I like about the aesthetic of Home Safety Hotline. Obviously, you know, whatever works best with the first story, but I hope they keep it sort of like, I think 90s, early 2000s. It's those like, it's Windows XP style, right? Don't know how dark to make the top. Still gotta watch Iron Lung whenever it's available somewhere. And Backrooms, honestly, I don't like watching trailers. I haven't seen the trailer. I'm just hoping it's good. I'll see what people think on it once it's out, and I'll see if people are raving about it. That's usually how I go about with movies. Okay, so I'm adding that background we did at the beginning. I'm adding this on top of the grub. Or it's not a grub anymore. I keep calling it the grub. I'm sorry, little Pupa. You're all grown up now. And gonna add this on lighter color, I guess. Yeah. Also, the whole thing's gonna have to get a little blurrier. Yeah, I think this on lighter color might be best. Because we can also add it on something like color dodge or even screen. I got scared by the second text-to-speech voice. I was not expecting it. Scoop in a shell. Okay, so I'm gonna add it on lighter color. Then add a copy of it on screen. Which gonna make the background completely black. But keep the scratches in. How does that work? Is it... It's not bad. We're going to remove it from the darkest bits of the underlying layer. So hopefully it'll just show the scratches on a couple more places and those little bits of damage as well. According to Bloody Disgusting, director will be Michael Matthews, known for Love and Monsters, which I know nothing about either. I mean, honestly, it feels like the kind of horror movie that you can get done with really small budgets, kind of, or like mid-budget, you know, like the style they'll do for Blumhouse movies, which I think works great for horror, because I think some of the best horror movies are lower budget, right? The more budget you put into a horror movie, I think that the less returns you get, honestly, for most of them. You need like a really good director to make good use of that budget. But yeah, I think if they go for that sort of model and they get good people behind it, I think it's going to be probably a good bet. Because you don't need that much money from it to at least make a return. And if it does well, it can make like 20 times the money you spent or something. That's the crazy thing about horror movies. You cannot handle fun footage. You just find it really irritating and headache in this thing. Is it the shaky cam that usually goes with found footage? I feel like that's a fair thing.
I'm more excited for the Bloodborne movie.
I'm cautiously excited for that. At first I was like, what? Wait, they're letting what's his name? Jacksepticeye make a Bloodborne movie? Like, they're giving him Bloodborne? Then I read on a little bit, and he's just like one of the producers. They're probably using his name for clout a little bit too. So I feel like, oh yeah, they're kind of riding on the Markiplier made a successful movie thing, and they got Jacksepticeye to kind of put his stamp on this. But it seems like it's going to be animated, and I don't know which team is making it. I don't know if we know, but yeah, I'm cautiously excited to see how they adapt it. That was definitely a surprise, yeah. A lot of your stuff is very home safety hotline coded. Yeah, I mean, I've been literally told by Nick that they were inspired by my art when making Home Safety Hotline, which is really, really cool to hear. There's artistic darkness. You can't see fucking anything on the screen darkness. Yeah. That's true, that's true. You know, like, found footage, you have to make it look really realistic, so you can't get the magic dark time lighting that movies do. That movie's dead? I don't know why movies don't do darkness well anymore. God, like I'm just rewatching X-Files, which has just wonderful lighting throughout. Rewatching Columbo, which is it's a pretty old TV shows. When TV shows had no budget, they do darkness fantastically. Like you always have the like a key light somewhere to light up the like the edges of things, and yeah, they make it look pretty much perfect and effortless. It's like, why don't movies do that anymore? Why is every dark scene just squint your eyes impossible to see mode? Am I going insane? Am I the only one who thinks that? Like modern darks, like nighttime scenes irritate me so much. I can't see shit. Turn off the lights, goddammit. TV Remont, if that's how you say it, thank you for the follow. I hate the darkness in modern stuff, right? I'm not insane. Love Nope so much. I didn't like... Okay, this might be a hot take, because I know people really liked it. I didn't like the Night from Day in Nope. I thought it looked really fake. And I don't mind a little bit of fakeness. Obviously, it's a movie. You need a bit of movie magic, right? But it looked so much like one of those filters you put in Photoshop that it took me out. You know, there were hard shadows on the ground in a nighttime scene. And it's like, you could have just shot this on an overcast day. Or on a soundstage. I don't know. Anywhere where you don't get hard shadows. Because you can't get hard shadows at night. At least it was visible. I'll give Nope that. At least nighttime scenes in Nope were visible. You too, Johnny? I'm not the only one. I found those scenes jarring. I love Nope, by the way. This is my tiny complaint with Nope. You can get hard shadows at night if you're next to a street lamp. I mean, yeah, but I mean Moonlight. Moonlight doesn't cast hard shadows. It's a soft reflected light, right? And in the scenes, in the Nope scenes, it was under moonlight, and they cast really hard shadows. Let's see if I can find an image. Okay. I'll show you what I mean. Like, at least it's visible. I'll give them that. But look at this. Look at the shadows that the face... Like, this is clearly, like, middle of the day. Like, again, I'll give them that. It's visible. But this is, like, midday sun. Like, look how well you can see the sky. You can't see the sky like this at night. But yeah, it's just the digital filters that they added. Anyway, Nope is great. Watch it. I love that movie. I'm not going to complain about it too much, because I do really sincerely love that movie. That's how it looks like on a bright moonlit night. No, it might, in a bright moonlit night, you might, if your eyes get used to it, you do see light, but it doesn't cast hard shadows. Because the moon is not casting light. The moon is a huge reflector, right? And it's casting like diffuse lighting. It's kind of like an overcast day where you're being lit by the sky itself, by the atmosphere, not by the point of light of the sun. The moon feels more like that. So you might get a shadow if it's very like full moon, a clear night, no clouds or anything. You might get a shadow, but it's not going to be a hard shadow. It's going to have soft edges. It's going to be diffused. It's the same. Look, you see right here. I'm going to change the bean cam real quick. If is it working? Okay. Hey. This is my movable bean cam. You can see I'm under a ceiling here, right? So you see this lights? It's not pointing at me. It's pointing at the wall, or that corner in the wall, which is just painted white. What this gives is a reflector, like a diffuse light. It's a cheap way of making lights softer. So this main key light that's hitting my face, is doing that. But let's turn it around. Oh, it's very hard. Let's turn it around. Now it's hitting me directly. You see the difference in the shadows? You see, obviously it's stronger because I'm getting the whole light in my face. But you see the hard shadows, right? My fingers are casting. But flip it back. Oh, it should be. Oh, that blinded me. Look at the shadows now. My finger's in the exact same place. It's not casting hard shadows, it's casting soft shadows. You can still see inside the shadows. Anyway, that's my rant. That's what the moon does. Bug lore, hey, 5 marks. It's not that the moonlight is diffused, it's that our eyes suck at making out sharp detail in dim lighting. That have to do with it too. I'm not quite sure. At least I know that sensation to our eyes is not that of a hard shadow. Okay. I'm kind of wondering. We got the grub. The grub is full of regalia and everything. It's been 30 years though. I feel like this, even if the grub had it as it was pupating, I doubt it would hold like 30 years after. And they probably just would only put that.
Losers believe in the moon? Can't believe it.
Yeah, I don't think the grub would be walking around with all of these on top of itself. They would probably just put these on for the ceremonies. So I don't think the grub at the point of the story that where it pupates is gonna be like all fitted out. So it's probably gonna stay this way. I'm still wondering if it should have at least a hint of human bits. Let's get maybe a rib cage or something. Okay, let me go back to the shrine pictures. I'm gonna go to the beetle one because I know I have some rib cages in there.
You lose a belief in shadows. Those are a government psyop to distract us from big light.
Oh shit! Look at the color version of this. That is whack. See, I should probably add a bit of shadow underneath this. The boy. Oh wait, the light is coming kind of from below, like so. Okay, slightly better lighting here. I'm also gonna add a bit of it to the ribs. All right, and now I'm gonna go in the boy here. We're gonna find ribs. Gonna pop these in here. Gonna re-add the filters right there. I'm also wondering if I should make this sort of greenish instead of orange-ish.
You should give him a bounty.
I should give him a bow tie. This is a graded map here. Yeah, what if I made it greenish? That's too green. Let's see, let's try to match with this. Oh yeah, it's actually really green. It's actually sort of bluish green. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it here. I'm gonna get the hue saturation. Maybe give us... Don't like that. So we're gonna add the same filters, but we're gonna go into the colors and edit that slightly. And we're going to give it a bit of blue in the temperature and a bit of green in the tints. Trying to get it closer and closer to this, which I think we're doing a pretty decent job at. Go to my second screen here as I do. And it might be a little bit of just adding a little bit of bluish or greenish blue to the shadows. Just a little less than this, but we're pretty much there. I think that's pretty much it. So that way we can make all of these look like they're come from the same like set of postcards from when the temple was still doing good, before the time of Big Grub. Okay, let's save this new version. I do like it because it just gives us a generally good match with everything. I'm also gonna get all my grunge textures. Gonna put them up here. That did something. Not what I wanted, That did something though. Okay, let's see. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay. Oh, maybe we don't need to use these actually. Because we don't want it to look too much like paper. Yeah, maybe these are too papery. Big Grub doesn't want you to know this one simple trick to metamorphose. Postcard's not like papery. Yes, but this is not part of the postcards. This one is a photo taken 20 years later. 30? 30 years later.
5K igual.
You're scaring me. I'm gonna save. Yeah, this is supposed to be like the odd one out in the series, in this story, because it is taken just at a completely different date by completely different people. So I don't want it to match the others too much, just to underline that. Okay, so I got this. Oh yeah, I was gonna add
Don't be
ribs.
scared. It will be okay.
I'm not scared. Well, thanks. Thanks, I guess. I appreciate the encouragement. Okay, so we're gonna flip these. I'm just gonna put it like a hint of ribs in the back.
That's what a scaredy cat would say.
Not scared? Guys, stop calling me scared. I'm literally not scared right now. Don't say that.
Okay, totally not scared, Val.
God damn it. Not getting away from the scared allegations, I guess. Should we add human skull as well and just make it really, really subtle?
Man makes horror for a living, scared by to chat, more at 11.
Okay, I think that's the skull. Yeah. I'm reusing the same as the Grub's dad. Because why not? Just don't know exactly where I'll add it. Because the actual eye of the beetle is here. right? But famously, Megalomorpha, they like wearing the skulls of their humans, but they don't really match them with their own features. They just kind of put them wherever. So let's put it here and just make it really dang subtle. Because it would still be like under, mostly under the pupa. And maybe smaller even. There we go. Unwilling nap has been ending unwilling by tornado warning. Why is everybody getting tornadoes?
Man, what must the historical texts in this version of the world look like? I'm imagining book-specific language additions to account for how important they are.
Oh, here's the fun thing. It just happens in our universe. It just happens that in the Megalomorpha worlds, I mean, the Megalomorpha world is just supposed to be ours. It's just that they're very sneaky about it and really rare, so they don't. And they indoctrinate the people who get in contact with them, so it usually just never reaches the mainstream knowledge. Like, the only proof left of this centuries-old cult is just a couple photos. It's usually, like, very at the fringes. So yeah, you could be living in a Megalomorpha world and not know about it. Maybe you are. Have you checked? Have you checked under your house for big bugs? Maybe you should. That's all I'm saying. No small dog-sized pet bumblebees for everyone? Absolutely not. Because they don't even come in that size. You get huge or nothing. Huge and evil or nothing. I kind of like how this just accidentally looks like kind of a human skull. It's just dirt, though. Okay, so I think I'm done with the pupa. Hi, Bean. Now to add damage.
Sat it again, protecting their gods. Losing the old texts. Also, I am officially ordering Mother Nature to cut it out and leave all of us alone tonight. Unseasonable worms, no storms. It's time to stop.
It's gotta stop. The bean rises. Only momentarily, though. Not much rising tonight. Okay, so we need to destroy this temple. At least partially. And try to think what to do to achieve this. We got this here, which we could just drop on the ground. Wait, that's very hard edge, so let's feather it. Trying to imagine what the acorn would be like if it were gigantic. You mean the acorn weevil? Yeah, you can't make weevils evil. I've tried. I've made them drill holes in your teeth. That's how much I tried. Didn't work. Didn't work though. They're still cute. Okay, so I can just put this like sort of sideways. Like it's been knocked over. Yeah, just put it in the front. Plants growing.
Devin Slinkinkles.
Slink. What does that mean? Okay, let's get some overgrowth. Also, let's move everything upwards a little bit, maybe. I'm not sure about this yet. Actually, yeah. Let's do that and a little rotation. Just to add to the slight chaos. Whoever took this picture was not a great photographer, you know? So I can put this down here. Now, let's look for overgrown. I kind of want things growing through pavements. Okay, so this is an interior, but it might be good. This is an exterior, got a lot of vines. I mean, just vines in general. Fallen tree, absolutely. Okay, let's make this look really abandoned, folks. Let's begin with, I mean, this might be too much of a close-up, so let's not use this interior. Also, it has confusing lighting. It's a lot more neutral for us. So I specifically look for overgrown because it'll give us pictures. It has given us some pretty good pictures of plants growing over hard, like human-built surfaces. Grounded dart. Weevils infected by a fucked up chaos fungus. Makes the weevils run up to you and explode themselves. Weevils gone evil. Love that. Weevil intentions. Okay, so I'm gonna combine this into the background in different ways. The good thing is that all of this is kind of blurry, so I'm gonna get away with a lot.
Devin Vodoli de Nearos fan now.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure does. Okay, the way this wall works doesn't really fit. You get a bit of the overgrown areas here. I'm gonna try to get Some vines growing. Let's see if Photoshop will be good at selecting vines. How about that? Sit select subject. Let it process that. Surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. It got all of them. Oh, that saved me like 20 minutes of work. I don't know if I'll use them, but... So we don't have like a lot of good flat surfaces to put them on. It's a thing. Can have it on the ceiling.
That was just Welsh.
This is Welsh. Okay. I thought you were trying to make the text-to-speech say things. I never know with you.
Well, yes, but also no.
Let's see. Maybe this will work. So we're going to add it like this. Blur. Seems like about the same, about the right amount of blur. Okay, so if we just pile enough bits of growth and damage over this, hopefully it'll look abandoned enough. I do like this fallen tree or reeds or bamboo. Whatever it is, I think it might be useful. Just pile them sort of in a corner. I think that's bamboo, pretty sure. Let's see what it's selected here. You know, it didn't get a lot of small branches, but I don't think this would have been too noticeable anyway. So I want to put these... Whoa! Not like that. Over here. Oh, wait. Where's this? This should be below. Like so. Does look like a bamboo, yeah. And I can have the little, like, fallen reeds and little things below it. Kind of like, you know, a storm happened definitely at some point. Washed in a lot of bullshit. And I can have another copy of this. Just smack down the middle. Get a bit of just dirty texture all over. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to turn these into smart objects. Going to give them a blur. Gonna give them a level slayer and put them at about 32 to get rid of the darkest black colors. We're going to do the same to this. There we go. There's a lot of way too dark colors here as well. Not colors, tone, levels. So we're going to add the same thing. I'm just going to eyeball it again. I think it was 32. It sounds about right. Okay, the overgrowth is coming together fairly nicely. I'm also going to break up parts of the temple itself, like especially details like this. Maybe we can just have that one side missing. Or at least partially missing, like the bits that pop out the most would have definitely fallen some time ago. Thank you, Bill. I'm gonna take out a few of the spokes. No. Fence posts? Yeah, that's the word, right? Spokes isn't a wheel. Yeah. Gonna take out a few of them. Because while I think the bigger chunk of wood here would have lasted 30 years, probably. I think the smaller fence posts would be in worse conditions. Actually, maybe I can take one of them. I'm going to do this in a separate layer. Let's not be stupid. Take one of them and place it like this. Just get ourselves a bit more asymmetry. You're helping someone for over an hour getting forms filled out. Damn. Hope you got them the help they needed. Okay, what else should we break? Should we add bird shits? Is bird shit anything? Yeah, I guess so, right? And now it's looking round down, I think. Like, we're definitely getting there. Barely speak French, you're not bad at reading it. Yeah, that'll be Spanish for you, right? Because you know Spanish. Spanish will make you at least decent at reading French, at like getting the gist of things. Because the words usually have the same roots and same grammatical gender and stuff. A word in Spanish. I'll teach you how to say cocoon. We don't really have a cocoon here, we just have the pupa in it, but cocoon is a fun word in Spanish. It's capullo. Because you can also say it as an insult. You can call someone a capullo. And it's like kind of an asshole. Yeah, just call them a cocoon. That'll teach him. Hi, Nulu.
Oye, capullo, cállate.
Cállate. I love that. Okay, more overgrown textures. Do we have anything good? Sort of this reed in the front. I wonder what Photoshop will do if I ask it to select the reed. Or, it's not a reed. Whatever that is. It won't do much. That's what it does. Okay. Fair enough. But what if... Let me... I hate when it does this. There we go. Aha! My Joker's trick. Okay, this selects me this nice little reed here, which we can place at the front, sort of half covering things. Gonna go all the way at the top because I do want it to cover at least a little bit of this. Okay. Now we give it grunge, blur. I say words sometimes.
Is this one of those guys that plays a fast game of Qued, Bear? The add-on say it's an adult? I've heard a lot of Beatles only spend a year at most as adults.
Yeah. This beetle specifically is a European stag beetle. European stag beetles have these huge pincers because the males fight. They have a pretty short lifespan. I think less than a year usually. In captivity, you can probably keep them for a year, about a year. They don't have very long lifespans. They're there to fight and fuck. It's spelled capullo with a double L, exactly. The y sound, at least in Peninsular Spanish, that's what makes that's what the double L is. The J in Peninsular Spanish, again, and other variants of Spanish, you'll get more J sound, but in Peninsular Spanish, it's J, it's H sound, which is usually one of the hard ones to say for English speakers. It's the H and the R. If you nail those sounds though, and you learn some Spanish, you'll sound like a native. My assignment, I'm referencing you for, is for tomorrow, and you're starting it today. 50% of your grade, you got this.
Reasons may have such blood as fakeners. They apparently are a rarity in the Beetle family for living the majority of their lives as an adults. I even got them making more Beetles. It's are very long.
I like those beetles. Death feigning beetles. They're cute. Okay, what else should we do to damage this structure? Or to make it feel more abandoned? I'm thinking of making like a fake newspaper front page. I like that. Death feigning beetles. What if I was dead though? Hole in the roof? I was thinking damaging the roof, yes. But this is a very specific kind of roof. I probably can find damaged roofs of most kinds, but probably not these classic like Japanese temple roofs, which have the little circle things between each tile. Or shrine. Let's do shrine roof. I only found like modern roofs that are smashed. Or like stone stuff. So yeah, I think hole in the roof is going to be the hardest. I should just add some rebar. Okay, there's other little things I can do. Destroying some more decorations. Maybe, I don't know if this is painted, these little flowers. But I could get rid of some of them. Also fade out the paints. Just enough that you can see it was painted, but it's not very well kept anymore. Because there ain't nobody there. Wed bed behead. I like that. I'll leave that up to you, Bill. I'm not exploring that question. The Megalomorphas are best left in mystery. Give me a caved roof. Did that give me anything? Some broken tiles. Not really. That was worth a search. What I could do is just get a quick copy of the roof here. Ignore the shitty. There we go. And I could get it to... No. That would be a lot of work to make it look correctly caved in. What I could do is maybe slant it. Like the support of on the other side has failed. Whoop, what did I just do? Did I find like a keyboard shortcut I didn't know about to change my scene? That certainly was something. Oh, hey, a raid! Fantastic Mr. Pig, welcome. You're here making some Photoshop horror. How was your stream? Following on Blue Sky for a long time. Well, it's good to see you on here. Thanks a lot for popping in. Here we're working on my Megalomorpha series, which is all about big bugs and historical settings. And this one specifically takes place in a shrine in Japan. So I am making the what will be the final image in this part of the story, which is going to be the abandoned shrine many, many years later. And the protagonist here, the insects, having pupated, which is the one thing it wouldn't do in the whole story. It was a big bug that wouldn't grow. Do you love a bug in this house? You don't? Well, you should change your attitude. Bugs in the house are great. I found a great one today. I was blessed. I found a weevil. Let me show you. Hold on. I posted it on Discord chat. So I should just be able to find that real quick. Yeah. Look at this bad boy. It was on the faucet. On the like handle for the faucet. It's a tiny short-faced weevil. Look at this. The green bug. Green bug. Isn't he lovely? Bean did not see the weevil, or not. He was not aware of it. I just saw him on the end of this faucet. I watched him walk around for a bit and get to the very end, and the lighting was so dramatic. I was like, don't move. Don't move. I'm taking a picture of you. And honestly, he served. He absolutely served. He's looking for an adventure, exactly. Love millipedes. Millipedes are great. And centipedes, honestly. They look a little scary, but that's a vibe as well. I like that. You gotta know how to look a little scary. Okay, we're also gonna add what did I just do?
I just remember the small spider I saw at work. It was rappelling down from like the middle of the ceiling. Drop a foot, look around, drop some more. I don't know where it went, but I was happy it felt safe.
That's very nice. So now we're going to add little stains, like humidity or lichen. Anything to make it look more unkempt. I also feel like, is this sort of mesh? If this is mesh, it would probably fall apart before the rest as well. It is so art. I'm glad you think so. Hi, sir, now. This fungus is going to become the Earth's most dominant intelligent species. What's telling you it isn't already? It's a huge network of communicating creatures that lives under the ground and can stretch for kilometers in every direction. Communicates with trees, which are a completely different branch of the tree of life. It's pretty incredible, honestly. I think fungi are might be more intelligent than us in ways that we don't like think about, but definitely could be, according to, depending on your definition. They haven't created Dr. Pepper. If that's your measure for intelligence, then I guess humans still win, but... yeah, maybe they have invented the equivalent of Dr. Pepper. It's only it's for fungi. So, you know, they fungi through the network will send each other not only messages but food. They'll share. So maybe that tastes better than Dr. Pepper. Like, who are you to know? Have you communicated with the fungi? Maybe you should. Maybe you should. That's all I'm saying. Perhaps we are the fungi, Dr. Pepper. Like when it consumes us. I do like that. I do think we taste pretty. I mean, like, maybe too many microplastics, but people from earlier generations, I think they would have tasted great to fungi. Okay, I think I'm done with this, folks. I need to sign it though. Oh, wait. Didn't I already kind of do it with the fence? Hold on, chat. I'm cooking.
On today's TED Talk, we will discover how to communicate with fungi without an existential crisis.
I can't believe that sometimes I sign my things without realizing. Okay, let me find another clean. I was gonna call it spoke again. Fence posts. Forget words sometimes. So get another fence post, put this one in there. And I guess it's too low to actually look like an A. I could move it left. I could rotate it. You gotta cheat it a little bit. I mean, I could make this whole beam sort of slump a little bit. Would it be a lot of work? Sure. I don't know how this, if it would look too wacky, but I just sort of do it. So we got the beam. We got the base of our signature. And we make that slump. And now the thing is, the area where the beam originally is needs to be filled in. Starting with the second beam here. So in most cases, it's going to be pretty easy. It's just as simple as extending what we already have. But behind the statue, it's going to get a little more sensitive. So gonna have to do it in like a couple passes probably. Okay, it's nearly there. Now I just need to get all this area in between the beams. I'm just gonna go dark with it, even though there's a statue base. Because it's probably gonna look alright. Do not eat random mushrooms, Bill. Or do so at your own risk. But I legally gotta tell you not to do it. Because I don't want your family to send me a lawsuit. Okay, you know, it adds a little bit to the derelictness of it. That's the word. But it also gets me a signature that still reads as my signature. Oh, it is. This one's a hidden one, but... Happy Pupation Day. Thank you, Skeleton. Don't think there's a definitive answer to what's the most intelligent species on Earth. It's because the intelligence doesn't exist. It's a very nebulous thing. You can barely compare intelligence between people. I think any measure of intelligence that has been created, like, you know, IQ. I think is incredibly stupid. IQ is only useful in like very niche situations. Like you get a classroom of kids, all with the same, like approximately the same like upbringing and everything else. Everything, like most factors are controlled. You can have an IQ test and get like maybe some differences between kids. See who's like progressing better, who's progressing a little worse. That's what IQ was created for. It makes sense for that specific circumstance. It doesn't make sense in any other circumstance. Like IQ is a really bad measure to compare people. But yeah, I think like this also, like, in general, you can say this about intelligence completely. I don't think there's a way to compare the intelligence of any two people. Because the brains just work in very different ways. Like you can have a visual brain and just be more quote unquote intelligent at things that require, you know, more of your visual cortex. Or you can have a very verbal brain and thus like be a little better at like word things, but everyone has their advantages and disadvantages that the brains learn to work with. We're doing another day cat only at the end of the stream. Not doing another after this because I want to get... I got to drive like 40 minutes to an hour now. I know it's 2 a.m., but got to get to my grandpa's house because tomorrow is my mom's birthday party, so I don't want to miss that. So yeah, I'm ending... I did want to start a bit earlier today. Didn't get to start earlier than usual, but I do want to end the stream a bit earlier. So yeah, once this is done, I'll be done for the day. What I'm doing here is just setting up a nice little vignette that will just very smoothly lead the eye towards the center. Happy birthday to Val's mom. I'll let her know everybody said happy birthday to her. Okay, so we're adding a heavy dollop of grain. You know, I like that. Increasing the contrast. I guess the other pictures in the series have like really high contrast, honestly. They have dark blacks. I guess maybe this one could have slightly less contrast just to differentiate it from the others, even though, you know, just by the color on its own, we already do get quite a difference. Anyway, what do we think of this? It's going to be the sort of the twist ending to the little story. I guess a short story is not enough to get a twist ending, but it's the ending. It's the open ending, let's call it.
All hail the Vogue.
Hey Bean, you've been so sleepy tonight. Thank you guys. Come over. Come over. Oh, the chat wants to see you. You're so sleepy today. Chat, look at him. Look at his perfect little face. He's purring. You wanna hop on my shoulders? Whoop. Oh, chat, let me show you. Let me show you the snar. I've used it to store to put in my colored pens in, but it is that first thing I made in ceramics. I painted it and it came out of the oven unscathed, which I'm really glad about because those eyes are, as you can see, they're only held by a tiny bit of wire. It's a special wire that can withstand the temperatures of the oven. Kiln? I guess kiln is the correct word, right? But yeah, it's my upside down snail. The snail jar. The snar.
I'm not sure what you expected to say here in Snar, but honestly, I'm delighted.
It's the snar. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I feel like seeing the end result, I would have probably gone no color on the body. Kind of left it white and only did red for the shell. Or vice versa, but I do really like how it came out. Maybe one other thing I thought about trying is only glazing the body. Only glazing the body and not glazing the shell, so the body would look slimy in comparison. But I ended up glazing the whole thing, and I'm also quite happy with that. And yeah, I don't have a specific use for it, so I've put my colored pencils on, or colored pens, because I do use these a lot, and there's a little cleaner for the keyboard. So it's just my day-to-day use stuff. And it's just looking at me. It's looking at me. It's been looking at me all stream. Hopefully Bean doesn't try to eat it. If he does, I might have to move it to a different place, find a different use for it. Maybe put a couple of the right flowers in it. But, oh, and I'll also show you the other thing, which you might have seen on the Discord. Because it is, it's pretty cool, I would say. Look at this. It is this, you might have seen this sketch I posted on some socials. On Blue Sky, I think, on Instagram. You might have seen that sketch of the fish with the eye inside. It was actually a practice sketch to turn it into ceramics. And that's what I did over the... I started it out last week. This week I did detailing and finished it, and I did the fins and other things. And yeah, I'm just gonna wait for a week for it to dry, and then I'm gonna paint it. I think I'm gonna go pretty simple with the paint. I'm gonna go white, so untouched. I'm gonna leave the body unpainted. All the guts like all these inside bit is going to be all red, except for the human eye, where it's going to stay white, and the iris I might go for another color. Might go for blue, like a light blue for the eye, just so it really, really pops against the guts. And obviously black for the pupil, the back of the eye. But yeah, that is the idea. Be like a little white spot here, so as a little reflection or something. But in any case, it's gonna have its own natural reflections because it's gonna be glazed. Like, I'll probably only glaze, in this case, actually will only glaze the painted bits, so the insides, and leave all the white bit unglazed, which is just gonna give it this earthier texture. And Bean, don't eat this now. It's gonna give it this like sort of grittier texture, which I think is gonna go. It's gonna look better for the outside of the fish and that scaly texture when it's like a little drier. I don't know. I don't know if I might glaze the whole thing again. I don't think I'll hang it on the wall. I think this is a sort of place it somewhere piece. Because it's nicer if you look at it from above, or a little like, because right now we're looking at it sort of from exactly above. But in a natural setting, if you just place it on a table and you put the guts like facing us, it looks a little bit more like this drawing, right? The guts are facing you and the eye is looking directly at you. While if you put it on the wall, it might need to be a little higher. Yeah, I haven't decided quite yet. Might put something to put a little wall attachments, but since I made it on a table, and it's kind of like I made the eye to be looking directly at you, it kind of feels like it'd be more right to like just put it as a decoration on a table or something. A nice plate. Oh, a nice plate to put it on. Maybe that might be fun. Give it a plate. Give him arms. Yeah, I think plates would make more sense than wall mounts. When would Terry be back? At some point. I don't know. Definitely somewhere in the next couple months. I do want to make the next part of the Terry series. It is slotted in somewhere. Actually, it isn't written down here, but I will write down here right next to the Megalomorpha one. I think the next part of the Terry series will be the last. Because it's already going to be the entire Earth, or most of the Earth. Maybe there's going to be like a little chunk that's missing, and we're seeing it from space. Hey Snakes, welcome back from your nap. We're talking about my latest ceramics pieces. I was showing people the Snar. Here's a Snar. That was my first ever attempt at ceramics. Not ever, but since I was a kid. I did ceramics class at school. So I'm kind of happy with this for a first attempt. But I'm even happier with the fish and its human eye. You know, the next one I'm gonna do after the fish, it's gonna be, and I'll consider the plates because that's a fun idea to put it on its own plate. It could just go on a normal plate, but it might be fun. But yeah, I would have to decorate the plate in some fun way so it matches the fish. I don't know. I'll think about it. But what I do want to make is where's this? this. So this is again a sketch that I got on my sketchbook. Oh, it's currently packed up, but initially it was a pencil sketch with that I colored with watercolor, and then I scanned it, brought it into Photoshop, and did digital painting on top of it. So I added more color, added the glowiness, some more detail, and changed the background to black. But I really like this piece. Made it, what was it, January last year, so it's like a year and a bit old. And I thought it might make a really good ceramics piece as well. So maybe as two separate things, like the oyster and the fetus, the cow fetus on top. The cow fetus, by the way, some people think it's a horse fetus. I guess they look very similar, but it's a stillborn cow. And yeah, I might just make it as a single piece, but this one is definitely one where you only glaze the center, just to make it look very slimy, and leave the leave the rest unglazed. Horses scare you? It's not a horse, it's a cow. But fair enough. You just think it was a puppy? No, it's got hooves. But yeah, that's gonna be one for after the fish. And I still got like next week I will come back to the fish. I'll paint. Like it's still gonna be unbaked, right? But I'll paint it directly on the unbaked clay if it's dry enough. And then I'll just go directly to modeling the next one. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm having a lot of fun in ceramics. It's like the most opposite thing from Photoshop you could do, which I really like, because you get to actually hold your results. You don't have to print it. The result is the thing you hold. Yeah, it's here. It's real. I like that. That's nice. Thank you, pigeons. But yeah, and today we did this. So I'm quite happy, honestly. I think this is pretty much what I had in mind. I'm glad I found a picture of a temple that was like open enough to do something like this, and that had a couple of pre-existing statues, because that was the initial idea. It was to have it among other statues, so that the people doing the survey, like seeing this, would think it's a statue. It's like, no, that's a weird statue that this temple has, you know, whatever. And they wouldn't think much of it, but we know it isn't. We know it's a pupa, right? So having it next to actual statues is, I think, a really nice touch, and one of the reasons I chose this one. But yeah, I'm gonna call this, whoa, Photoshop, don't freak out right now. Not a good time to freak out. I'm gonna give these save, and then close that. And this is gonna get saved as a PSB? Which one? Oh, this one? Oh, both want to be PSBs. There's a lot of repeated layers, I guess, here. Okay, let's try saving this. It's probably, there is one layer out there that is being annoying. It's so many layers. It is, yes. Well, this one's about 50, so this one is not super layer heavy. But sometimes there's like one layer that is like secretly much larger than that Photoshop tells you, so it just doesn't let you save it as a normal document. So you need to sort of like feel around for it, see if you find it. In this case, it's probably going to be the base layer. But I do want to keep the original base layer because it allows me to move things if I need to. Tell me this is going to save. No. Okay, I'm going to simplify a couple of layers. Oh, remove the beetle grub I didn't use. Beetle pupa. No, we haven't found it yet. Let's see. Eventually I'll find a way to save this correctly. Yes. Okay, it worked now. Haha. Figured out this puzzle. And we get it as a JPEG. Got past the annoying Photoshop thing. Best way to store cheese in the fridge without molding. I would just do away with the plastic bag, because that's just trapping all the air in. So I think probably just the paper might be quite enough for storing cheese in the fridge, Lilith. It might depend on the cheese. If you don't want it to dry too much, like if it's a very squishy cheese, then maybe you do want the plastic to keep it in the correct texture for longer, but it is going to mold faster. Growing mushrooms. The fungus consumes. Good. The best fry shape is the one you'll eat no matter what. That's true. That's true. I don't have any preferences for fry shapes. Even though usually my favorite fries are like the very small ones, because those get fried more and they get really crunchy. So you know, like when you get like right at the corner of the potato or something. That's the good stuff. But yeah. I think that's gonna do it for us tonight, folks. It's not super late. It's been about 3-hour stream, but I do need to pack up and get going so I can be there tomorrow for that birthday party, and go bring my little gifts for my mum. So y'all, thank you so much for being here for one more part of Megalomorpha. I think with that's concluded all the main edits in this Megalomorpha part. When I'm back Sunday afternoon, I'm just gonna like look at all I got, see if I'm missing enough to put it in a stream, or if it's just gonna be like little things, and I'll decide based on that. I think if there might be a couple things, it might be just enough to make for one more stream, but maybe not, because they're very small things. So yeah, y'all, that's gonna do it. So I will see you next week. I'll try to this week finally stream 3 times for the first time since I came back. I'm gonna try to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but yeah, it's gonna be dependent on other IRL things. So I will let you know for sure either Sunday or Monday itself, and as usual, I'll post it on the Discord. So there's your link. Join the Discord, and that way you'll get notified when I make plans and when I go live, if you don't want to depend on Twitch's terrible notification system. So y'all, I will see you next week, probably Monday. Bean, come say goodbye. Whoop. He just jumped on the table, so I think he wants to say bye to you as well. Yo, have a fantastic time zone, and goodbye. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.